What's cool is this is actually a line-through swim bait, and I'm actually a really big fan of line-through swim baits. I like them a lot. And you basically thread your line through, and then they send you a treble hook. I have used rivets. I know you've probably seen that hack online somewhere where you use the aluminum rivets and you wedge them through. Well, the ones I use are the churros from 13 Fishing, and I'll wedge it through that and kind of make my own line-through swim bait. Alright, it's actually a pretty easy trick, and well, I kind of got a little setup here so I can show you exactly what's going on. Now, usually, when I'm out on the water, in my tackle bag, I keep a bag of these already ready to go. And these are the size that just work best for the baits that I use, but for the demonstration purposes, I went out and grabbed one of the rivets I had out in the shop so I can show you what you gotta do. Main thing is to separate the rivet. These are cheap, so this might not work, but we'll try it. There we go. Wonder how bad the camera shook when I did that, but there we go. So I was able to separate. I bent the heck out of it, and that's okay for right now. But I'm able to separate it because this is really the part that you want right here. Now you still need this part, so don't throw it away right just yet. But this is basically the part that you're going to want to use. And for the demonstration purpose, I'm going to switch over to one of these. It's a little bigger. It'll be a lot easier to see. Lay it out. Give or take where you think you're going to want it to be. And from there, come in through the belly. And just very carefully feed your rivet up to the head of your bait. And you'll want it to break through just like that. Now that piece I said not to get rid of, you need that to flush out this little hole. So you thread it through there, and then out comes the excess plastic. Then we'll use some line here, but this is actually the line that's going to be connected to your combo. I'm just going to pull some out, just kind of give you an example. All right, so there's a line, and we'll say this is your tag end coming from your combo. Just thread it through the nose of your bait, out the back of the rivet, and then you grab yourself a treble hook. Now some people do like to add a split ring to this. I've never actually tried it that way, so I'm not 100% sure what the benefit to that would be. But if somebody else knows, leave it down in the comments for me. Then you just tie the knot of your choice. Get your tag end off. This is what you're going to be left with. Line it up where you want it, and it doesn't have to butt directly up against that rivet if you don't want it to. I like it pretty close. What I like to do is just belly hook that treble right into there, and there you go. You've got a line through swim bait with basically any soft plastic paddle tail on the market. Again, the smaller the hook slot, the better, because you run out of plastic at some point to run these rivets through. And that's something you just got to figure out. I learned that these larger ones work well for me with the baits I normally use, which these are a great choice. I don't think I've actually ever done it with this one before. I usually use the churro from 13 Fishing. It's got a big, thick body. And, oh yeah, I did. Look at that. Wasn't sure if I brought one with me or not. But you can see how much thicker the body is. And those big rivets work really well for that. So sometimes what I like to do is that instead of going from the belly to the nose, I go from the top down to the nose. And I'll show you in a second why this is beneficial. I actually think there's two reasons this is beneficial. Punch this through and I'll show you. Okay, so you punch the rivet through. I do a great job on that one because I'm kind of just doing this to show you. Empty out the plastic out of the little chamber with their reserved clip. I didn't aim that one very well either, sorry. And this way, now obviously you'd run the line through the nose, but since I've already got this tied on, I'm just going to show you this way. So now it's the exact same thing, except now your treble hook is on top of your bait. Which means these grassy areas I like to fish in South Florida, now the hook's on top and I can run this right over top of all that vegetation. And the reason I think it really is beneficial is because now when the fish bites and pulls, you got him in the top of the mouth. Okay, off camera I fixed him up a little bit so you can see the rivet there. He's a little more hidden and tucked in there. And that's it, guys. Pretty simple, pretty cool little hack that you can pretty much do. Like I said, with almost any of these that are on the market, the smaller the hook slot, the better. And the thicker the plastic, the better. I have done these with like the Zoom Super Swimming Flukes, and they do work, but what I usually have to do is instead of hooking the hook in the bait so close to the rivet, I usually have to pull it back on the body a little further to avoid short strikes.